So this one is also another examples of bearings in real world context, but this one is a lot harder because it doesn't come with a diagram. It doesn't come with a diagram, and your job is to draw out the diagram first before you can know what's going on. So the approach here will be, you read the question first. So there is this field trip, Howard walk 1.2 kilometer from the starting point. So there is a starting point. It will be easier if you name the starting point. So for example, I'm going to name the starting point at P, and then he's going to walk to an hour enclosure. So I'm going to label the location with alphabet. Okay, and after that, there is a strawberry farm. So I'm going to label them. So it will be good that you start off labeling first. So there are 3 locations. So there is a start point, and then there is a hour enclosure, and then R will be the strawberry farm. Okay, then I'm going to put the information. I'm going to like simplify the information. So how do I simplify? So for example here, he walked 1.2 from P to Q. So the first information will be PQ is actually 1.2 kilometer. Another information will be about the 130 degree. So the 130 degree will be the bearing of the hour enclosure. That means the bearing of Q when he started from the starting point is actually 130 degree. That means from the starting point, he will walk in the direction of 130 degree. So that is another piece of information. Then the next one, when he's already at the hour enclosure, he walked another 2.5 to the strawberry farm. So hour to the strawberry farm. So hour to the strawberry farm. That means we are actually telling you that QR is 2.5 kilometer. And from the hour enclosure, the bearing of the strawberry farm is 48. So bearing of strawberry farm from the hour enclosure will be 0.48 degree. So that will be another piece of information. So with this piece of information, we got to try to draw out first. Because if you don't draw out, you actually don't know how the diagram looks like, and then what can you do with it. So one of the important thing is get the information, and then so you got to have a start point. So make sure you got the start point. Okay, so if you got the start point, where is Q? So in order to know where is Q, you need to put a north line. You need to put a north line. And then you need to estimate where is 130 degree. So somewhere around here, this will be a 90 degree. So we know how a 90 degree looks like. So if you think about 130, it should be more than 90. So you can use the 90 degree to gauge. And then 130 will be somewhere like this. So you'll be something like this. So this will be, you can roughly estimate. Just make sure it looks like it. So this one should look more than 90 degree. So that will be the 130 degree. And then this will be Q. And then the distance is 1.2 kilometer. So that will be the first part. Then after that, from Q, which is the hour enclosure, it's going to walk another 48 degree to the strawberry farm. So if I would like to use this bearing, I must make sure I got another north line first. So I must have another north line at Q. Then obviously I got to estimate where is the 48 degree. So again, have an idea about 90 degree first. So 48 will be somewhere here. So that's how you estimate. So have an idea how 90 degree looks like. Then from there, you estimate the 48. So all the way, so estimate the 48. So all the way, it should be longer because it's a 2.5 kilometer. So this is R, so this one should be a 2.5. And here it should be a 48 degree. So that will be the diagram that I will draw up. Okay, so after this, we can look at the question. The first part will be the shortest distance that Howard needs to walk from the strawberry farm. That means from R to the starting point. So from R to the starting point, that means it's just as good as that will be the length PR. So this will be the length that we are interested in. So if it's a length and the triangle that you are currently looking at is a non-90 degree triangle, then we got to see whether we got sine rule or cosine rule to work with. So before I can interpret any sine rule or cosine rule, I do see an interior angle with the 130 degree. So that will make this a 50 degree. So now your eyes can be looking at this triangle. So let your eyes focus on this triangle. So this angle here is a 98. So 98 is opposite the length that you're supposed to find. And you realize that you do not have any other angle in the blue triangle. So that means in order to find PR, I should be using cosine rule. So if there's only one arrow, then you should be using a cosine rule. So indicate that you are using a cosine rule. So you should form the cosine rule. PR square 1.2 square 2.5 square minus 2 times this times cosine 98. Then you work out. Again, when you are working out, your PR will be quite a long distance, quite a chain of decimal. So do write out the chain of decimal, but the answer for this part will be 3SF. But if you need to use PR in any of the subsequent part, then you should be using the long decimal. The next one is I will need to find the bearing of the starting point from the strawberry farm. That means right now, if let's say you manage to stop at the strawberry farm, what will be the direction from the starting point? So it will be the whole angle here. So this will be the bearing that we are looking for. So I'll be interested in this whole bearing. That will be for the second part. The bearing of the starting point from the strawberry farm, which is from R. So you should plant a north line on R. So that will be the angle that I'm interested in. So make sure you identify the correct angle when it's bearing. Then you got to plan out what you can do to find the angle. Okay, so basically what you should realize will be, it will be good if you can make use of the interior angle. So between north line, there are interior angle. So these green ones will form the interior angle. So if you would like to make use of the interior angle, then actually you will need to find this angle. So you need to find this angle. And then subsequently, if you can find this angle, you can use 130 to subtract for this angle. And then you can make use of the interior angle and subsequently find the bearing that we wanted. So the whole thing will lie with finding this angle first. So you need to find this angle, then you can use 130 degree to subtract this angle. And then subsequently, you can make use of the interior angle. And then after that, you make use of the angles at a point. So that should be the big plan. So if your focus is to find QPR, so again, you should be looking at the triangle. How many arrows do you have? So the angle that you want will form an arrow with 2.5. And just now we got the 98 here. This 98 is opposite the PR that we have found. So in actual fact, if I want to find QBR, I can be applying sine rule. So I'm gonna get you to you try doing the sine rule. So if nothing goes wrong, you try. You see whether you get the 57.983985. Then after that, you slowly work up to see whether you can try to get to the interior angle here. Then the bearing will be 360 minus x. So you give it a try and then you can check out the answer sheet. So I will say this question will be a bit more difficult because if you are not able to draw out the diagram, it's actually a dead end already. The whole thing is like not doable. So interpret the information and be a bit patient in drawing out.